Hello, everyone, and welcome to this new online event from the Project Management Master Series. In this new event, we'll talk about how to strategically manage Projectrak's budgets and team progress. This time, representatives from Deiser, Relix, and SASJET will show you how to lay a solid project budget foundation, building a strategic framework around those projects, and tracking team tasks progress effectively. We'll have three presentations, okay? We'll have our own Deiser, our own Claudia from Deiser, and she's the sales representative, and she will present how to create and manage project data and getting an accurate budget oversight. Then we'll have Ostap, Senior Product Manager at Relix, and he will show you how to bridge the gap between planning and execution by visualization, tracking and analyzing performance at every level. And last but not least, we'll have Irina from SASJET. She is the product marketing manager, and she will show us how to track tasks progress without micromanaging and without disrupting team's flow. Remember that we'll have these three consecutive talks, these three consecutive presentations, and at the end of the third one, we'll have the round of the Q&As. Okay, so if you have any kind of questions throughout these presentations, please do not hesitate and write them down so we can read them out loud at the end of the third presentations. I will do a round of Q&A. Okay, so without further ado, let's go with the first presenter, Claudia from Deiser. Claudia, as always, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Fede. Thanks everyone for joining today. Yes, so in our previous edition, we were talking about the foundations for success. And this time, we are going to be specifically talking about how to manage project data and get budget oversight. So to do that, we're going to be with Alex. He's a PMO manager from a civil engineering company, and he has a few challenges ahead. So we're going to see how we can help him with them. One of his challenges is project standards. Alex, the lack of project standards means that there are no established reporting standards, and this results in each project manager presenting information differently. What happens when this occurs? That the inconsistency complicates the progress across projects. Decentralized information. When project data is scattered all over the place, this leads to excessive manual work and to poor decision making. And when visibility and traceability are limited, the absence of real-time visibility increases the cost and complexity of his work. So he has gone through the marketplace and he's found Projectrak, which is a solution that he believes is going to help him cover those problems. The first thing he finds is what we call project data. Here he's going to have all information from a single project in one place. So we're covering the centralized and the visibility problems here. So in this sheet, we can answer a few questions. For example, the status of the project, the priority, start and end date. Even he can find out the estimated time left for his project or unresolved issues. He can even link projects to this one, and he can also find out who the stakeholders are. So here he feels a lot more relieved because he's on top of the information for each project. But when it comes to having a view of all his portfolio of projects, he will find this list view, and here he's going to be able to compare each project one another. It gives him a very good view when it comes to meetings and allowing everybody to be on the same page. Here he can edit, filter, search for information as well. And it's a very detailed view, very good for more technical meetings. Also, he's going to be able to search for information and so filter information and save each view, which is going to save him a lot of time when he wants to see specific information in one go. Also, something that Alex is struggling with is with the fact that he has lots of projects, and when he needs to change a specific information in all of them, he doesn't want to go one by one. So with the bulk project value change feature, he's going to be able to do that in just three clicks. So honestly, he's very busy, so this really makes him allows him to save time. Another view that Alex likes particularly is it's called the board view, and it's a Kanban style type of view where all the projects can be grouped by different information that he may need. In this example, they are grouped by status. He can, in those collaborative meetings, somebody might say, I want to move around, let's move this specific project from one status to another. They can do that straight away. Everybody's going to be on the same page again, and all those changes are going to be done in real time. So it really makes him gets the feeling for PMO like Alex that he's on top of the information and on top of everything. Another view that Alex is going to use a lot, and he knows that, is the timeline view. So here he has a time-based type of view where he can see all the projects against status. He can know how are they doing, which projects are overlapping, and with the milestones feature, he can also know if they are about to if a milestone is about to happen, if it's underdue. So that allows him to stay on top of his project against time, which is very important for a project manager, definitely. And when it comes to milestones specifically, he's going to be able to link those milestones to different work items. So control and information is in the same place, and it makes it a lot more easy for him to stay on top of everything. Also, Alex needs some reporting, and Alex needs to also inform to C-levels about what's happening with the projects. With those three gadgets that Projectrak has, he's going to be able to first, with the first gadget, which is the pie chart type of view, he's going to be able to, in this example, see how many projects does he have in high priority, medium, low, etc. So for example, he has 17 projects in high priority, and that allows him to to act upon this information straight away. He can decide also what type of information is important for him to view. So all of this is it's very adaptable and editable. So he's going to adapt it to the needs he may have in each for each time. When it comes to projects sorted by status and its stakeholders, which is the next report that we can see, we're crossing two references. In this example, we're crossing status against stakeholders. So let's say he has a quick view of this report, and he can check that Alvaro has 3 at-risk projects. So he can have a quick call with Alvaro about it and set up a meeting and go through those 3 at-risk projects. As I said before, he can act upon this information straight away. It's also real-time information, okay? And when it comes to projects to be delivered, he wants to see in a specific timeline how many projects are there to be delivered. So here what we can see is he's decided what type of information is important for him to have. And like he wants to see the lead, status, end date, and priority just in one go. And the most important information, he wants to see it straight away. So basically, Alex has achieved his goals, project standards. He has consistent project metadata across the portfolio with a common framework, as we've seen with those different views. All the data is centralized. He has established within Jira a single source of truth as a simple tool to maintain access and report on, and the visibility and traceability. Full project portfolio clarity, past and present, helping teams to align and control all this data. So Alex is quite happy about that, but that's not all, because he's a very busy PMO manager, and he has budget management struggles. What happens here? One of the things that he's going to face, one of his challenges, is cost visibility. Sometimes it's difficult to understand costs and expenses and track deviations. When it comes to manual and fragmented tracking, budgets are normally tracked on different spreadsheets, which duplicates effort, it has manual work, and that brings on delays and errors. So having all in one place, it's very important, especially in Jira. And when it comes to link efforts and allocate costs, sometimes teams lack of team effort cost estimations, and that prevents them to have proper financial insights, and really it prevents him from making good decisions. So he's found Budgety, which is another solution within the marketplace, and it's a cost and tracker for Jira solutions. So he's going to give it a try, and what he will have is a very simple, clean solution where he will have a specific budget, and to this budget he's going to be able to link to add in different costs, and there are different types of costs. Okay, so he's going to be able to have costs categorized. First of all, it's very important that he's going to be able to create different categories for costs. He's going to be able to decide if those are CapEx, OpEx, direct or indirect. He is going to also choose the dates, and he can link those costs to specific work, the work that's the time locked in Jira by a specific assignee, or if it's not related to time locked in Jira, it's going to be a different type of cost, like let's say buying computers. So if it's time locked in Jira, it's going to take Budgety. It's going to be able to pull in that information and make the calculations based on the time logged in Jira. So finally, he's going to be able to have a control of all his costs in one place within Jira. Also, so everybody is on top of all the information. A very important thing is that he's going to see that he can access Budgety from a work item level. So if he goes to apps within each work item, he's going to be able to see all the budget information and even edit or add costs related to that budget. So everything is linked and everything is in control. Also, he wants to have a quick overview, also for C-levels to be happy to understand what's going on. This type of report allows him to see whether they are on top of budget, under budget, or if they still have room to spend. So here, it's a quick and clean view, a real-time view of all this information. So everybody is on the same place, on the same page, and he can even decide if he needs to break this information down by CapEx, OpEx, or direct versus indirect type of costs, if he wants to drill down a little bit more on that. So what's happened that he's covered his pain points because now cost visibility, we have it. All the centralized budget and cost tracking and the spend balance across projects is now visible. Simple budget management, structure and unity financial data reduces manual work and ensures alignment. So, what we were talking about before, that everything was all over the place, here is all centralized in Jira and in one place. And it's important to link efforts and allocate costs. So the fact that calculates costs based on logged work, as we were mentioning before, allows teams to control efforts and control budgets. So Alex has finally succeeded with all his struggles as a PMO manager for this civil engineering company. And just a few takeaways. Those solutions are a quick project portfolio management suite. They're plug and play, and they offer real-time reporting and visibility. So here you have two QR if you want to take the time to capture them. One is for Projectrak, the project management solution for Jira that we were mentioning right at the beginning, where Alex had all his projects viewed in the same place and with three different type of views. And the other one, the QR below Projectrak is the Budgety QR. That's the solution where he's going to be able to stay on top of costs and budgets in a simple, clean way, and within Jira. So if you want to if you want to capture them, if you don't have time, just let us know and we will be able to send you the information. And just a quick presentation about who we are. We're Deiser, the developers of those two solutions, and we've been for over 20 years helping technology leaders of companies all over the world to modernize and digitize their processes using Atlassian tools. So we are both Platinum Solution Partner and Platinum Marketplace Partner for Atlassian. So thank you very much. I hope it's been useful. We will have some questions at the end of the presentation. So please, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. And I'm going to hand it over onto Fede.
Hello, thank you very much, Claudia, for that presentation. That was a really cool presentation. And now let's get our ways to the Reliex presentation that will be presented by Ostap. So Ostap, are you ready?
Yeah.
Cool, perfect. So the floor is all yours.
Yeah, thank you, Fede. Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining today's call. My name is Ostap. I am a senior product manager at Reliex, and I am product manager of activity timeline for Jira. And today we're gonna talk about how important it is to have a reality check both in your life and in your work activities, and how important it is to compare your plans with the actuals, because on plans are almost always perfect, but the actual is not always. So it's important to have this kind of comparison. And I hope the next 15-20 minutes will be full with truths, tactics, and a few laughs. So stay with me. Yeah. So firstly, a quick question, like if you can raise your hand in Zoom to see if you ever felt like me very often, where your plan looks perfect until the actual work starts and you understand it's like your plan is actually quite irrelevant because like everything goes wrong from the start or during the work. So I hope you know this feeling, but hopefully after this session it will be a bit easier. So let's begin our story with this little story. So once upon a sprint, there was a team with 100 hours planned and only 47 tracked. But what happened to the rest of the 53 hours? They magically disappeared. Nevertheless, the team complained that, okay, we are still at full capacity, even though it was shown that only half of the hours were tracked. So this is a mystery. So by why it matters, basically, to have everything tracked and compared, planned versus actual, because without it, you might feel the burned budgets without actual results. People may feel either overloaded or underloaded. And what is funny is actually studies have shown that underloaded people feel almost the same negative or even more than the overloaded people. So it's important that you balance the workload of your users so they don't feel either overbooked or just sit without any tasks and surprise over time. So, for example, if you have planned in advance incorrectly, then it will it will inevitably lead to surprise over time, which everyone hates. So it's better try to avoid it. And according to a survey done by KPMG, that according to the statistics, around 32 failure in projects are caused by poor planning. So as you can see, like almost third of the projects, they fail because the plan in the beginning was incorrectly done. Of course, on paper, it was perfect, as all plans are, but the actuals, they were not as great as plans. So it shows you how important it is to have a proper planning. And if we switch to Jira world, since we are all coming from Atlassian world, from Jira, how this is actually tracked or done in Jira. We know that in Jira, you can both plan and you can track the time, but how you actually compare these, because in our opinion, they all part of the same. So basically, the plan should be correspondent to track, but what we have in Jira. So here on the right, you can see that there are sprints where you can plan your sprint, assign tickets to your users, and hopefully deliver the sprint. Then during the work, users can track time. In Jira, they can report hours against the tickets, but then what? Like, was it successful or not? Did we meet the goal or not? Did we spend time that we anticipated initially or not? In Jira, there is no easy way how to see this. And so the question is, how do you close this gap? How do we get from, I think this will be done, to actually knowing that this will be done, or if not, what was the problem of not getting this done? So how did we got here? So our team, we have been on the market for over a decade already. And what we learned that better planning starts with better visibility, which is crucial because if you see, you can act. And better visibility starts with the right tool, because in order to see, you need the tool to be able to see. And about the tool. So activity timeline for Jira. It's been trusted by more than 5,000 teams worldwide. We are a Platinum Marketplace partner for many years already. We are certified SOC 2 Type 2 and ISO 27001. And with many years on the market, with thousands of satisfied customers, we've been on the market for long to know all the ups and downs on the market. Yeah, and a little bit more about the tool. So basically, T10 is a very complex, is quite complex tool which encompasses both the future planning, tracking of the actual results, and then comparing it planned versus actual. So it's all in one place. So this is one solution where when you purchase it once, you get everything at once. You don't need to purchase additional add-ons, additional modules, and so on. So once purchased, you have both covered future, past, and comparison. And let's then move to more practical examples. So a tale of two teams. First team, chaos, but you can also call it not chaos, but real life, because I think a lot of companies are like this. At least from my experience, I've talked with hundreds of companies that are exactly like this, where they plan in Excel because it was done like this forever in the company. Like there is some master Excel or Google Sheet file where all the plans are done by some manager which left already 10 years ago, but still it is done in this way. Time tracking is in Jira because this is where we work. And then how do you compare it? A lot of companies, they compare it still in Excel, but it is not very efficient way, because once you change something in Jira, it's become irrelevant, it's outdated. And the team clarity. So hopefully it will be a team new reality for you, because here, this is what you see is from activity timeline, is where the system takes all the data that you have in Jira and visualizes it as it is. So basically, you can see right away what everyone in the team is working on. Whenever they have vacation, holidays, all of this can be visualized or can be pulled from third-party system like HR system and so on. So you know exactly who is free, who is available. This is about the forecasting of the future work and the actuals, and also can be tracked. So all the data that is tracked, you can then visualize it in the reports. You can report it by project, by epic, by custom field. So any data you like, it's possible to create a report. And what's importantly, how do you move from chaos to clarity is, yeah, let me give you the example how it works in the actual life. So let's assume we have Oliver here, who is a designer. We can configure the capacity of Oliver, like some skills and what he's supposed to do. And then we can quickly plan his or her activity. So as you can see, Oliver will have a couple of days off in the end of the week. Then we can assign him some general activity like monthly meeting like this. And all of these events, for example, they are not only limited to Jira items, but also to some external additional items that you can create in our tools, which will broaden your possibility to plan work. And as you can see, all these items, they are actual Jira tasks. So once you change it here, it goes right away to Jira. So like this, you planned the work week for Oliver, and you can see that, okay, he's booked and utilized quite well already. And then let's say the week has passed, and now Oliver is able to easily track the spent time. So he is able to go here, which is like the personal view for Oliver, and he can easily report the spent time. It's possible to choose the category like billable, non-billable. You can create your own categories. You can even add more data like account, customer. So all of this can be done when tracking the actuals, right? So like this, Oliver can also spend like log time for multiple days if he spent multiple days working on the ticket, and track the actual. So now it is all stored in the same place. And if some mistake was made, you can just easily adjust it here. So, and now it is beautifully all green. So hopefully it is like this for most of you. And if needed, you can also actually adjust it here. And then what's the most important part? So what I was talking in the beginning, it's review and adjust. So we come to this planned versus actual. So let's compare Oliver. So we can see the required hours, planned hours, and logged hours. So required is what he is available in this period. So we know that he had 2 days off in the week. So he was only available for 24 hours. We only planned 19 hours, meaning around 80% of the capacity was planned, and the locked time is 23. So basically, out of planned hours, he actually spent more time working on them than we planned. We can also see it in the beautiful chart. So we can see here the gray area showing the additional unutilized capacity. This blue means planned capacity, and the green means the actuals, the locked time. So also we can drill this down to see, okay, you spend more time than anticipated. What task you actually have been working on that took you more time? And here you can see that, okay, these 2 tasks, one task took more time than anticipated. So it was 10 hours estimated, but he spent 12 hours. So it was like the deviation is 2 hours, meaning that he or the team or he underestimated this task for 2 hours and it was overspent. So now we are or we are not meeting the plan of this particular project. But one person is just one piece, so we've all worked in teams, and the teams is what matters when delivering the project. So you can see also the whole picture in our tool. So we see like multiple teams here. It's very easy to spot plan versus actual. So for example, what people are overbooking time. So what people are overspending time allocated to them. So then you can drill this down as we did with Oliver and see what exactly is causing this. Then you can see the comparison by week or by month, for example, by team or by project. So this is quite flexible. You can do different variations of this. And essentially, it's quite useful because you can see, okay, for example, these weeks, we are not utilizing the team to the fullest capacity because here we have a lot of idle capacity, this gray area. While here, we see that the team has overspent time. So for example, if we are on the contract with the customer and he is only paying for the blue area, for the scheduled time, this means that this part will be out of the pocket of the company. So it will be not billable time. So it's important to keep track of such things. And then, for example, we see the week where we have overspent time. Then we can drill this down and spot easily what are the time eaters. So this is what we call them internally, basically the issues, the tasks that take significant amount of time more than initially anticipated. So for example, we have here this 20-hour task, we already spent 7 hours, but then we re-estimated that it will gonna take much more time to complete. Also, we have here, let's say, 16-hour initial estimation, but then it was re-estimated, so meaning that it's going to take much more longer. And it's very important to keep track of those time eaters because they are the ones that actually can derail the project. And quite often, we internally, what we do on a weekly basis, we review the tasks that are already, let's say, in work, and we see that they are not going according to plan. So they are already say over the initial estimate. Then we re-evaluate feasibility, whether it is still required to do it, because very often we think, okay, if it's going to take not 1 day as we initially anticipated, but 2 weeks to do, maybe it's not that important, so we can just postpone it or just not do it altogether. So it's very important because it's always better to just to spend 1 day and then drop the task than spend 2 additional weeks to do it, because you can do actually in those 2 weeks a lot of other activities. Yes, and those are the red flags that we always recommend to track if you want to establish this habit of planned versus. So no alignment between hours and planned, like planned versus tracked. So for example, if you don't track this idea, it's very often that you will have some tasks go significantly over the initial estimate, and this will cause significant delays to the project, while actually it will be like just a few tasks that go out of the estimate. So you will have hard times with under overestimation. So if you don't have the retrospective to review like those tests that went wrong, it will be in the future. It will happen again in the future. That similar tasks will be over or underestimated. So teams are too busy to plan is very often. So teams are too busy to plan, but they are not too busy to do overtime on Saturday before the release. So it's always good to remind them, okay, let's spend 1 extra hour to plan the tasks rather than try to do overtime to finish them before the release. And 0 hours track on Fridays. So it's very common. A lot of people they wander off after 2 p.m. on Friday. So it's always important to track hours before that. That's what we recommend. So yeah, this is what I believe personally. So small steps bring big changes. So what you can do tomorrow, start tracking actual time consistently. So with our tool, we believe it is super easy to do because the users have visual representation of what they need to track on a daily basis and not do it on Friday afternoon. Review planned versus actual weekly, and this activity actually helped us a lot internally to reduce those wasteful tasks where we like those time eaters. We try to eliminate them and not to have tasks that we work too much even though they're not as valuable. Adjust estimates based on trends. So for example, when you do this rinse and repeat tactic with planned and actual, you'll notice what tasks are actually tend to take more time, and you will be much more accurate with the estimates, and use reports to have a real story. So basically you can create a dashboard of reports which will be always with you, and you can see it in live, all the data. So hopefully you have, but it's important to have this aha moment while you have your team on board. So hopefully, not hopefully, but actually you must bring your team on board. Otherwise, it will be like this. So you will be already in the sky thinking, oh, how great this is. But if the team is not on board, you're not gonna succeed because they are the ones doing work and tracking time. So this is important to bring everyone on board. Yeah. So as I mentioned, we already have it as a habit, and I also hope you're gonna adopt it. So plan versus actual, when you have some kind of a ritual to do the comparison. Okay, what we planned, what we actually achieved, because only after that we can know how efficient we are and actually achieving our goals. And as a bonus, one success story from our customer of Jake Gibbons from IMCD Group. So what problem did they have? They had inconsistent time tracking. So basically, a lot of users they were logging time on Friday or everything on one day, and it made life of the PMs super difficult because they have to create invoices to send off to their customers and to calculate all this data. Let's say like the person submitted 30 hours on one day, for how many days the manager has to divide it. So it was very difficult for them because everything was done in Jira and there was no daily distribution of the hours and limited visibility of plan versus actual, because of course in Jira you don't have it. So with activity timeline, they implemented our tool for planning and tracking and then comparison. And what was the outcome? That they reduced the time for the invoice from 5 to 1 minute, which is 5-time improvements. And since they generate thousands of those invoices per month, it's basically resulted that the team has much more time to do the actual work, because the goal is not to spend time tracking time because everyone hates it. The goal is to spend the least amount of time doing this administrative job and the max amount of time doing your actual work, because people actually hate doing administrative stuff while most people like doing their actual job, because that's the reason why they are working there. Yeah. So they had this result. And to wrap up, I hope that in the future you have your toolbox as this: Jira for structure, activity timeline for clarity, your brain for reflection, and coffee for everything else. So thank you for your attention. I believe we have questions in the end. For everyone who is interested, we offer 15% discount for the first year license. So if you're interested, feel free to scan this QR code and just message our support team, mention that you have seen our presentation on the webinar. We will provide you with the free demo, so you can schedule a call with our team. We will provide you with free demo, free trial license, yeah, and the discount for the first year. So feel free to check this out on the marketplace. We have been named as the bestseller app on the marketplace for over 15 months already. And if you want to connect on LinkedIn, this is the way. So thank you a lot, and hope it was useful to you. And I give back mic to Fede.
Thank you very much, Staff. I like the coffee for everyone thing. That's really useful. Thanks so much. Thanks so much. Okay, so now passing the torch and the mic to Sasjet, we have Irina, who is the product marketing manager, and she's gonna present something. But first, we have a few questions already, and we're really glad about that. And there's one from Elvin, that Elvin is asking if currently we are using Jira time status tool, how we can create this type of pages. Can you show from first step? I believe that Irina is gonna catch your email, and she's gonna let you know that they can provide a demo for you later on after this presentation, because this presentation is not about configuration. Okay, it's not about first steps configuration. So Irina, the floor is yours for your presentation. I'll pass you the mic and go on.
Okay, thank you. And let's start. I hope you all see my presentation, yes? Thanks everybody for visiting our webinar. My name is Irina. I'm a product marketing manager at SageJet. Today I will show you how to keep track of your team progress without micromanaging or interrupting work. First of all, a little bit about our company. We are SageJet. We are Platinum Atlassian Marketplace partner. We make Jira apps that give you smart insights into how your teams work. And also we're proud to be SOC 2 compliant. And this year we won an Atlassian Partner Award for Cloud Transformation nomination. And also we was a finalist in one other nomination. It's more in our website. So let's start about our topic. What is the problem of micromanagement? When we can see what's going on, we tend to overcheck. That leads to micromanaging, and it can really hurt focus, trust, and productivity. More control doesn't mean better results, and it often slows things down in our work. One important moment why we want to discuss this topic of micromanaging, because we all use agile in different perspectives, yes? And agile is about improving, but not about blaming. Let teams track progress clearly without constant check-ins. That's where time and status come in. It gives visibility and freedom at the same time. Here are what time and status give you in your workflows. First of all, it's visibility, because you know where your task stands, where they stuck, and so on. Then trust, because you need to send a lot of follow-ups. Focus, it's more time to work for your employees. Insights, you need to ask for updates. And clarity, because you can spot and fix slow spots. It creates a healthy balance, transparency without pressure on your employees. One important note, how time and status work. It works right inside your Jira. It uses only your history change logs of your issues to track progress. Nothing leaves your system. It means that it's very safe, secure, and easy to use. Why you need to use time and status or relevant to the STEM apps? Because if you a product or project manager, if you team lead or tech lead, and you sometimes similar to Donkey from Shrek, that every time ask, are we there yet or not? What progress of your task and so on? Then this app for you, because you can track, analyze, optimize, and turn this data to actions. First reason is because we built the app to make insights simple. Whether you're a manager, team lead, or developer, these reports help you make decisions fast with no extra steps. Then also about magic for KPI tracking, using columns manager and section of status groups, you can create a different time metrics that based on time and status calculation, as lead time, cycle time, resolution time, waiting time, time to fix bug, and so on. Or maybe different custom time metrics that you need to track, and it all without formulas or manual calculations. Also, when you do a lot of configurations for your reports, you need to save these reports and to return to them one more time. So you can save and reuse reports with one click. You no need to create one more time these reports. It will be often in the app. And also after this, you can export these reports to Power BI, Google Sheets, or Confluence. Whether you work solo or need to share with leadership, we make it effortless. And about visualization, because it's very important part of every work, you can choose the view that work best for you. Maybe area charts for trends, or for create a cumulative for diagram, or bar chart for comparisons, or distribution chart to spot outliers. It's when your Jira data turned into easy to read visuals, and also easy to analyze visuals. One very interesting feature and very useful, it's trend line. You can predict trends on column charts by breakdown for different time periods, example for week, months, quarterly, yearly, and so on. And you can see are reviews taking longer or are blockers increasing. These trends make it clear and help you act fast. And it's also without manual calculation or building formulas in Excel, yes, it's directly in your Jira. If you loved detailed reporting, you also will like this one. It's you have an opportunity to build your own pivot tables that based on whatever you need, project, sprint, assignee, or status. It's full analytics right inside your Jira instance. And also, as in every app, you can pin reports right to your Jira dashboard and track progress in real time. No clicking around, no digging into issues. It's real time data on your Jira dashboard. Then one very interesting and unique feature that you can create custom timing status fields and assign directly to your issue card or issue card boards. That means can you see time spent in statuses at a glance directly in your issues. Also, values of these custom fields you can use in your GQL search or in Jira automation for sending different alerts if some time in some status is increasing and you need to control this and a lot of different use cases. And one more useful thing, it's not so relative to timing status, but it's very relative to agile. You can generate sprint report directly from your project board. And it delivers targeted insights. For example, how did your team perform? What can you improve for the next sprint? What is the rate of your scope change? What is the rate of your maybe carryover percentage? So as you can see, it's contained of 7 sections. First one is a sprint structure that calculate number of flagged issues, your logged time, and timing status. It's calculated, it's sum all of your statuses, but exclude first and last statuses from your workflow. It's like a cycle time of your sprint. Then also you can see there's the structure of your sprint as a percentage by breakdown by issue type. Then team velocity that calculated for last 7 sprints, workload per assignee. Then as I can say early percentage of completed, incompleted, and carryover, committed and completed values, and scope change. This sprint report calculation based on your board estimation method. It can be original estimate time, story points, or issue count. So how different team members can use this app and why it's useful for everyone? Because, for example, for project managers, you can analyze workload efficiently with reports like timing status, transition count, average time, and so on. Also, you can share it easily with stakeholders through Confluence or Power BI. Also, you can monitor team output with sprint report and always be in touch with your team. Then for team leads, you can improve sprint planning. You can plan better sprints because you can use sprint reports or timing status reports for retrospective, and you can improve planning process. Also, you can track delays early and adjust before they become bigger problems. Or you can build trend line to predict these delays. Or you can build deep reports in pivot table. For example, for how good you estimate your tasks in different sprints and so on. And also for developer or individual contributors, it's let your work speak for itself. No need for constant check-ins. Your progress is visible right in Jira. That means fewer interruptions from your product manager, from tech lead, and so on. And you have more focus for your tasks because it's all track in the app, track in the issue view activity tab directly in your issue. You managers see your progress through app reporting, also through custom time in status fields and dashboard gadgets. So you always will be productive and work with interruptions, as I say earlier. And what about it's time in status? It's not about just tracking. Yes, we improve in real KPIs. Our customers improve in real KPIs, such as cycle time, lead time, bottleneck detection, throughput, team load balancing, block time, time to review, resolution time, and a lot of different KPIs. Because it's all not about just tracking, it's about real improvement. You need to make good conclusions using data that you receive. And I want to thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you got some ideas to make your work clear and smoother. And as a thank you, webinar attendees, for webinar attendees, we give 15% for the monthly subscription of Time Status app, 20% for the annual subscriptions. I will send it maybe in chat or in some other way. You can scan our QR code, and if you have more questions about app or want demo session, at our marketplace listing, you can find link and book a demo session with me, and we will discuss and speak about possibilities of this app and how time and status can be implemented in your workflow. Thanks a lot.
Cool. Thank you very much, Irina. We have reached the end of all the presentations, and now we're going to go with the questions. We have a few questions from the attendees right here. And the first question goes to Deiser. Claudia, are you there?
Yes.
There you go. Okay. So the first question goes to you. The question goes like this. Is it possible to geographically locate the data used in projects with Projectrak?
Yes, with data residency, you can choose if your data is globally distributed or held in a defined geographic location, such as Europe or the US, which are the current locations available for Projectrak at the moment. So yes, US or Europe, you can either choose and your data will be stored there.
Cool, nice. Thank you very much. So the next question goes to Jet. The question goes like this. Okay, if we work in different time zones, does timing status account for working hours versus total time?
Yeah. If teams, maybe team have one big team have different remote sub teams in different countries, it's not a problem because you can in the app create different work calendars for different time zones for different work days. So this calculation for your reporting will be based using your work calendars, and it's not a problem.
Cool, perfect, nice. Thank you very much. We have another question for Relix. So, Relix, can story points be used for estimation, or is it just in hours?
Yeah, that's a very common question. So yeah, we do support both hours and story points. So essentially with the story points, you can define the conversion per project or per team or globally, basically what is the approximate value of the story point, because actual is still measured in hours. So in order to have planned versus actual comparison, you need to convert, but the short answer, yes, story points are supported.
Perfect, nice. Thank you very much. It's always important story points are supported, nice. Cool, so moving on to the next question, okay? Let's go back to Deiser. Okay, so is it true that the budget solution that you showed, Budgety, I believe it was called, has also artificial intelligence capabilities?
Yes, that's true. With a Rovo agent within Budgety, you can categorize your budgets, and you can also search and summarize the information from budgets and costs within Budgety. So, and categorize budgets and costs as well. So yes,
Oh.
that's true.
Nice. As a robo agent, I believe, right? So that's
As a Rovo
pretty good.
agent.
Yes, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Nice. So thank you very much, Claudia. Moving on to the next question for SaaSJet. What are users' main mistakes when analyzing time in status?
Okay, it's also a very common question because we have a very big number of demo sessions, and common mistakes of our users is when they ignore skipped statuses, analyze only average times, or focus only on individual performance, no on team performance. But we help to fix these problems. Have a huge documentation with a big portfolio of our use cases, and also we help to implement app to workflows through our demo sessions or study sessions for our users. So yes, a lot of problems with analyzing time status, but we can help to fix this.
Oh, awesome. That's pretty good. And the last question from this online event will be for Reliex. So Reliex, can we do planned versus actual reporting by custom field, like account or customer?
Yeah, also quite a common question. So yes, it is possible to create this report basically by any custom field that you have. And also not only use our custom fields, but for example, if you already use tempo or you use tempo in the past and you have, let's say, account field from there, it's also possible to import them and use it in as for analysis in our tool. So again, yes, it is possible and quite flexible.
Oh, nice, perfect. We're gonna finish this awesome webinar that we decided to create today as a part of the Project Management Master Series. So thank you very much for everyone who attended. Thank you very much for your presentation, guys, Claudia, Ostap, and Irina.
Thank you.
And hopefully we'll see you soon. Again, we'll have a follow-up email, and if you have any further questions, do not hesitate to let us know through our emails. We'll answer the questions in that email. We'll let you know about discounts. We'll let you know about our apps too. Okay, so thank you very much and have a really good afternoon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See
Have a
you.
good day.
Bye-bye.